time of year. Everybody's undefeated. I was looking at the schedule. Man, you have done a great job of loading up on home games before the conference. I'm sure that was the plan going into a tough conference like the Big 12. But I'd like your thoughts on hopefully, I guess, trying to get the team off to a good start. Is that the plan?
Exactly. Thanks, Matt. It is definitely a very exciting time for us. And Ty Dillard, my assistant that handles scheduling, like you said, did a really good job with that because we wanted to have an opportunity to build some confidence going in, and playing at home is always a way to do that. Playing some good competition that will allow you to build confidence as well, because we know what the storm, the juggernaut of the Big 12 is. So we have to have an opportunity to get those home games and be successful in those home games. You know, I can't think Pesman and Ms. Childs are enough for allowing us to have the funds to be able to get these games like we're supposed to, because when you tap into, you know, playing in a Power 5 level, it's about buy games. It's about home and home games. It's about having opportunity for a great experience with you know, some of the HBCU, some of the other mid-major teams, like some of those teams we could never play before because they were going to play bye games at other places. Now we had the opportunity and the funds to be able to play for those games, and now we were able to get those games and have opportunity to spread them out from there, and really excited about that because, again, 8 out of 11 home games is really, really good.
Hey, Ron. With the transition to the Big 12, can you discuss a little bit about how y'all's strategy as a program has changed as far as building a roster that's ready for this league? And if so, kind of what transpired in recent months to kind of get ready for this year?
Exactly, Randy, and you hit it on the head. We started 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we just threw away our recruiting list after we got notice that we were going into the Big 12 because, again, we knew we had some really good kids on that list, but they were for the American, not the Big 12. And we started to retool our roster at the time and clearing out space, getting people graduated, also having some heart-to-heart with some young ladies who, you know, basketball wasn't at the top of their list, but they were still doing it and still doing it at a good level for us. But, again, an opportunity, whether you want to try to play overseas or WNBA or I just want to get a degree or, you know, we had to be able to change the mindset of what we were trying to do here. And so I thought we were able to do that through the transfer portal. Again, when you pick up some kids, all Power 5 kids, Peyton McFarland, who came from Utah, who experienced some success there. Malia Johnson, who was second leading scorer at Pitt. They didn't win a lot, but she played 30, 35 minutes a game. Nia Johnson, a kid that was at Oklahoma State, then went to then went to a UTEP and, you know, experienced some success there. And, you know, the list goes on and on. We had an opportunity to really, really dig in deep with the transfer portal and grab some kids that can be difference makers for us in the Big 12 who understood exactly what the league was about. But we started that 2 years ago, and we just started putting it together through the transfer portal.
You mentioned that word mindset. I'd love to hear more about your team and their mindset with taking on what many believe is a monumental challenge. I mean, the Big 12 women's basketball is viewed around the country as one of, if not the best. So what is your team's mindset of taking on this challenge and representing the University of Houston?
Hear me and hear me clear. We eat what we kill. So again, I'm not shying away from that. Every single day, we're one of the hardest and toughest, and we play harder than a lot of teams in the country. And you'll see that. We're going to turn 4-quarter games into 5 quarters. Our average game is about 80 possessions, 81, 82 possessions a game. We're on track right now to get 100 possessions per game. And so we're going to turn them into 5-quarter games. Again, you have to have conditioning, you have to have toughness, and you have to have mindset to be able to do that. And that's what we are. It's what I said at the Big 12 Media Day, because we have a style unlike anybody else in our league. When you press for 40 minutes and then you play on the offensive end where you want to, what we call gas, get a shot. playing to the rim. We're trying to score in 14 seconds or less, and that's threes, getting to the rim. We want to minimize turnovers, and we want to have an opportunity to be in the plus category. So when I mean plus category, we want to be plus 14 in turnovers. So say, for instance, if we have 10 turnovers, the team we're playing against better have 24. Again, offensive rebounds, we want to have 20. We want to be plus 8. The other team better have at least 12. So again, that plus category for us, we're not going to be dictated by the outcome of the game. We're going to be dictated by the numbers that we project that we're supposed to have, and that's turning people over and getting to the free throw line. It's that mindset that we have that we're building every single day. The outcome is not going to decide us. We're going to decide each and every possession of the game. We eat what we kill, and we talk about that. I'm a huge carnivore guy. So again, it starts with us being Cougars, and that's what it is. But that's the mindset that this team has.
Coach, how is, in terms of defense, offense, where's the defense is more further ahead of the offense? And then I think you had some scrimmages. Did you get to see what you wanted in those scrimmages?
Yeah, the offense is a little ahead of the defense, Chris, which is surprising this year because, like I told the girls, last year I failed them on the offensive end. I thought we were offensively prepared to be able to do what we need to do every single game, and we struggled. But we end up being, number 2 in the country in defense. We forced 24 turnovers a game. We were number 1 in three-point field goal percentage defense. We were number 1 in mid-range defense. We were number 5 in field goal percentage defense. We were just all these defensive things. We were in the top 5, but offensively we were way down the charts, and I failed them. So we started hammering on offense this summer, and right now we're at a really good place. In the scrimmage against Houston Christian, we made 13 threes. It took us 22 games last year to make 13 threes in a game, and we made it in our first scrimmage. Saw some really good things in the scrimmage, and the one thing I said was pace. We had 102 possessions. Again, it's going and understanding the opportunities that's in front of them that they need to be able to grasp it and be able to go, because the thing for us is have an opportunity to be able to run with that all day long and being able to outrun. Because the mindset is when other people are fatigued, we want to see where you are there. We want to go into the game as fatigued, and then we can be able to push past that, because that's how we're preparing every single day. We have another, and y'all see me post it probably later today. My kids do 3 conditioning tests, or 4. They do the mile in the summer, at the end of the summer. Then in the fall, we start with our big 5s, which consist of 10 trips in 1 minute and 5 seconds with 2 minutes and 10 seconds rest in between, and they have to make all 5 of them. So we do that 3 times. We're coming up on our last one on Tuesday, and they all got to pass it. Again, so that conditioning level is taking us to a place to where we're going to get teams fatigued, and then we're going to see how you operate and do the things that you've been trying to do in practice from there.
Have you seen that bump already, Big 12-wise, with, who's interested in you recruiting-wise, the interest in the program? Are you seeing that already? Oh, yeah, it's been tremendous for us. We've had to turn away 4 or 5 kids this year now. The one thing I love about it is the local kids are calling us, and we don't have to call them now. Where we used to have to call everybody and call the AAU coach and the high school and all that, now we're getting all that interest. So it's a little easier on that end, but the end that is still there is now you're competing with, Texas, you're competing with TCU, you're competing with Baylor, and now, again, that's the kind of kids you got to be able to compete and have some sustained success in the Big 12, so you have to get those kids. So where we wasn't even in a battle with those kids before, now, because of that logo, because of the different things that we're doing facility-wise, because of the excitement, because of the commitment that our administration have made, and everybody across the board with the Big 12, the academics, with the funding that we're getting from all the donors and things like that, that we can't thank enough. It's a mindset, like you said earlier, and everybody's bought into it. And we're tremendously happy with that. But to answer your question, recruiting has really grown up that where now we have to really, really strategize even before just to make sure we're getting the right kid. It's never a guarantee, but you want to make sure you're getting the right fit for your program.
Hey, Coach, you spoke about how you got some players in the portal. I want to talk about senior guard Layla Blair, how much she has evolved as a leader, and how much of a season do you expect her to have?
I suspect Layla will have a tremendous season, and I don't say that just to throw that out there. I say that because she put the work in. And I've always been taught by my grandmother, once you put the work in, the work will come back. It'll come back to you. Just to give you an example, the girls we do a shooting competition in the summertime, and it's 20,000 made shots in 8 weeks that they're in summer school. Over half the team got 10,000 or more because it's something that we can't make them do. They have to do it on their own. Layla Blair is the only one that got 24,000 made shots in 8 weeks. Now, everybody was over 10,000. She's the only one that got 24. So that work is going to reward her. And that's just shooting on top of all the stuff, the conditioning we do, on top of the running we do, on top of the basketball we do, on top of the academics. And then she's strong in her faith. A man upstairs is not going to fail you. It's not going to ever fail you. So, again, those things that I know she's going to have a tremendous year. The other part of your question is to watch her grow in leadership is the things that she used to give a pass, she's saying something too now. The energy get low in practice. Come on, everybody get together. We can't have this right now. Before, she would let that have a pass. We have a few people miss assignments in class when we get in the circle and talk about it, or I was late to class, that kind of stuff. After I say something, now she's saying something. Now Bria Patterson is saying something. They're not letting those opportunities to step into that leadership role pass. And that's come with maturity, that come with confidence, that come with doing the work that you know you need to do. That comes with, it's a hell of an opportunity in front of us, and we're not going to let anything take that away because we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this for a long time. That's why every year before this season, non-conference, we always play 3 to 4 Power Fives every year. Now we're there. They're not letting the opportunity pass by, so they're exerting their leadership on everything and everyone.
Coach, a lot of times when we talk about jumping in conference play, it's about rosters and the talent on these programs, but also it's a jump in coaching competition. For you, what are the challenges now, game planning and in-game adjustments now that the coaches are probably going to be a lot better as well, too, in the next conference?
Exactly, and it's funny, we were at the Big 12 and Media Day, and some of the coaches, we were talking about those kind of things, and somebody made a joke. Yeah, one of the coaches in our league, he calls plays for certain players on the team based on where they're from. So it's not we're going twist down. It's Arizona West, where that person's from. So we're not doing any background on where they're from to be able to get play calls and things like that. So it's going to be really, really interesting this year. But to answer your question, it's a tough league with a lot of reputable coaches. When you talk about Vic Schaefer, you talk about Finley, and, I can go on and name all of them. But the thing that we do that cut down on all the scouting stuff, defensively, we're up the line, on the line, and we take away the pass to the left, pass to the right, we front the post. So, again, the thing that you do and you practice every single day, I hope you have some dribble entries. I hope you have some ball screen stuff, because those things are not going to happen when you come here. And so that helps us with our players. They know we're not going to change. Now, there are some things fundamentally that we're going to switch to back screen, cross screen, down screen. We're going to be able to bump and get through, those kind of things like that. But fundamental, we're always going to press. So, again, I don't know what your short shot clock plays are, but you better review those before you come. Those things are not going to be, you're not going to have a full 20, 24 seconds to be able to run and play. Those things are not going to happen. There's 3 levels to what we do defensively. So, again, pressing you, we start with you getting the ball in the floor. Last year, we averaged 3 to 5 baseline violations with people trying to get the ball in. So there were sometimes we had 6 and 7 with just the pressure up front and our length on the ball. So they have to get through that phase first. Once you get the ball in, now we're going to see how your best player or your non-best player can handle the basketball with 2 people running them down. We have different calls and different things that we do with that with our 55. And then once you get through that, now you got to deal with us being up the line, on the line, not allowing you to pass the ball left to right and centering the ball in the center of the floor and those kind of things, because we're going to keep you out of the center of the floor and those things. So, again, those things won't change for us. But, again, I understand we're going to have to go to their place. We're going to have to play their style, those kind of things like that. But, again, we're not changing for other people. My high school coach taught me that a long time ago. If you're ever going to be anything in any kind of activity that you do, you have to understand you have to be dominant and you have to exert what you do.
We have time for 2 more questions. We'll go with Starnes and then Matt Peterson.
In terms of like fan interest going into the Big 12, I mean, volleyball broke records a few weeks ago. How encouraging was that for you, especially for this year and especially just in the Fertitta Center? Tremendously.
We are already getting great stuff from all the ticketing and everything. We almost sold all our floor seats already. All the excitement that's coming from volleyball, football, everything is already trickling down to us. We got a call right now. My creative content guys shooting a commercial or something right now and all this kind of stuff. Like, we never had that before. So those things are starting to roll right now. We're getting calls of, are you going to do a meet the team and all this kind of stuff, where we didn't have people calling asking that they want to meet the team. We always tried to do functions so people can be able to be invited out. We're getting people to call and ask us when we're doing those things. So, again, that kind of energy and excitement is already trickling down to us, and we want to make sure we do our part with that.
Hey, Coach, good to see you. Last year, one of your mottos, 94 feet for 40 minutes, 100% effort. I think in the Big 12, it might be a little bit different. Do you see yourselves as a all-out pressing team in Big 12 play against top opponents?
Exactly. Nothing would change. Nothing would change, especially, Matt, for us now, where we were pressing and we had American kids, so we had 5'8" on the ball, or 5'7" this and 5'8" that. Now we're 6 feet with Malia, we're 6'4", 6'5" with Peyton, we're Jess at 6'3", we're Shalex is at 6'2", we're Cam at 6'2", we're Bria at 6 feet. So now we have the size and the athleticism to be able to do it in the Big 12. That's the difference. Where we were 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", doing that in American, we're going to keep the same style going with us doing it. But now we're 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", and we can be that on the wings. I can put a lineup out there that's 6'5", 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", and 6 feet. So, again, we match up. We match up, and really, really excited about that. And, again, if you don't remember nothing else about this press conference right here, and you hear the passion in my voice, we eat what we kill, and you'll see that. I'm telling you. And that's no bullshit. Let's go.
Thank you, Coach Hughey.
That's right. Tell him, Bria Patterson. Let's
All right,
go.
we'll have graduating forward Bria Patterson.
Thank you guys so much.
So you heard Coach. What does that mean to you? We eat what we kill at the University of Houston.
It just means that we're going to go out, we're going to turn you over, we're going to make you work for it, and we're not going to get tired. And when you get tired, we're just going to keep going.
Bria, has anything changed with the move to the Big 12 and your mindset, the teammates' mindset?
Probably the biggest, I think the biggest change, of course, is a bigger conference, tougher competition and things like that. And I think the focus is different, but I do think that being that we almost won the championship last year and we're projected 12 now, so I think that we're just trying to go out and prove a point and let everybody know that we deserve to be here and we are supposed to be here.
Playing the talent that you play in the Big 12, what have you done this summer to, kind of maintain what you did last year and kind of boost, your play?
Of course, just being in the gym, working on things that, that I need to work on, improving skills that I already have, and just building confidence, really. I think that's just a big thing going on, knowing that I know how to play basketball. Of course, it's a bigger conference, but like I said, I know how to play basketball. And just, keep being in the gym and building that confidence.
Going to the Big 12, did you sort of like that underdog role? You guys are going to be looked at differently now. How do you sort of approach that?
I've always liked the underdog. I feel like it's just something that a lot of people don't really think too much of it. So we have the opportunity to go in and make noise, and just do something that a lot of people don't think we're going to be able to do. So I think not being on people's radar and being able to shock people is something that I'm looking forward to doing.
Who were some of your teammates to watch this year?
I really like Malia Johnson. I think she's going to help us out a lot. I've played with Nia Boyd before, so knowing what she brings, I'm really excited about that. And Peyton McFarland. I feel like we need a big post president, and I think that she'll be the one that could help us in that area.
Bria, a couple of years ago, you guys beat South Florida, and then you lose on senior night. You're the first team out for the NCAA tournament. Last year, you're in the AAC final against ECU dogfight in the 40s. You lose by 2. How have those 2 near misses motivated kind of the seniors, the elder statesmen on the team going into the season?
Yeah, I was there those last 2 years, and I feel like the one last year hurt the most. I was a senior last year, and this is my last year, the COVID year. So I think just having that mindset of knowing we was almost there, wanting to get over that hump, is something that I'm, driving for in practice every day, working hard, having that in the back of my mind to try, go to the big dance and things like that.
We have time for 2 more questions. We'll go with Starnes.
Coach, you mentioned you and Layla's leadership. I mean, how has that developed over the years for you?
Being a fifth-year senior, of course, my freshman year and sophomore year, I was kind of, adjusting and things like that. But Coach Hughey talked to me. He told me that it's something that I'm going to need to do. And I've been here probably the longest, and I know the ropes and things like that. And have played college basketball for this long, I kind of know, the ins and outs kind of. So just trying to bring up everybody buy into the culture and things we do, that's just something that I've been accustomed to doing. So if I want to win, I got to lead the team,
How would you define the UH culture?
We're dogs. Like Coach Hughey said, we eat what we kill. We're going to make you work. It's not going to be easy. No matter where we play, who we play, we're going to make you work for everything that you get.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
We'll have graduate guard Nia Boyd next. Have a mic in the back.
You've been in the Big 12 before. What have you told your teammates about competition in the Big 12?
I just told them to be confident, trust their game, trust in themselves, and just be confident and come out here swinging. As a team, I just say we got to stick together through adversity and just keep pushing.
Can you talk about the process of just, coming to UVH and what made you choose here and things like that?
So at first I wasn't going to leave my school until our coach left. So then when our coach left, it was like at the end of the season. So it was like a quick process of me getting into the portal and also trying to graduate at the same time. So it was that I was working on that thing. But coach had texted me, but I had already knew players and stuff that was here already. So it was kind of easy for me to come in, get a feel for what everything was. So it was a good fit. Everybody made me feel comfortable. It made me feel at home. And then I was coming closer to home, so it was just a great thing. And it was just family-oriented, so I like that.
How's it been adapting to the team's culture and with practice and things of that nature and getting closer to your teammates?
Like I said, I knew them already, so it wasn't hard. I'll say conditioning was, like, the biggest thing for us, just pushing through conditioning, adversity, and things like that when we're tired, just coming together and bringing the team in and stuff like that. So I like the fact that we can come together and fight through it together, and it's just not like one person at a time. It's just like we have leaders. Everyone is a leader, so that's a good thing.
What's it like just kind of coming into a program at this historic moment with them, having their first season in the Big 12 and having the chance to be a part of that?
I'll say it's been fun. I feel like right now it's just a learning process, getting prepared and things like that. But it's been fun. Like it's been challenging, but that comes with basketball. That comes with anything in life. So it's been challenging but fun. We love it so far. We're excited to be in the Big 12 and prove everyone wrong.
Do you like the pressing, all game quick shot system, and how have you sort of adjusted to that, and what
I'm used to it. I like it. I like the fast pace. We get to turn the ball, you get to turn them over, and then score quick points. So I like that. Conditioning wise, it's one for the books. But other than that, it's been great.
What's it been like playing for Coach Hughey? And just listening to him, he seems fired up, ready to go today. And then what's been the message from him as you guys enter into a really big year?
Coach Hughey is like he's a great person, but he's a great coach as well. He lets us kind of run the show. Like, he doesn't need to yell or do anything like that. He has his leaders on the team, so he just let us take in charge, and then when he has something to say, then he'll say it. But other than that, like, he's been great. He's been patient. Like, we all have been patient because it's a big change. But other than that, it's been great. He's great as well.